So, what are you guys working on right now?
Second mixtape.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
Dropping that soon.
How many joints deep are you into that right now?
Man, conceptually, we're pretty much 80% done.
Nice.
But out here in UK, and we're heading back to LA to hang out with the rest of our extended fam, and we're gonna brainstorm more songs. And we don't know, might have 12 tracks on there, or 14, but we'll load up with our crew with videos and make sure that this tape grows from the first one.
Nice. Now speaking of your crew, what can you tell us about the Bay Monday Collective?
The Beaumont, yeah. Beaumont crew. That's cool. Man, that's our brotherhood, man. That's our crew. That's our extension. That's everything, man. That's our governing body. Like, we grew up with these guys. It's not just guys we picked off the street with like skill sets. One's good at videos and is our brand director, and we rely on his opinion on a lot of our stuff conceptually and artistically. And then the other, you know, from what we wear to the pictures documenting our lives in photography, art director and our producer. They're all part of Beaumont, and more importantly, we connect as brothers because we know our strengths and weaknesses, and we can, you know, talk to each other like, you know, off camera, and so we can work on ourselves as human beings so that we get better and grow in our music.
So essentially, you're saying the foundation of what you guys have built lays upon the relationship you guys have and the relationships you have outside of the group. How would you say your relationship with music has changed since you first started as the Raw Steady crew?
Wow, that's a great question. It really is just more stories, more life, you know.
Right.
Especially with, you know, the Airplane Boys and that transition. Like 2 years ago, we were going through a lot personally. You know, whether it be me having like a baby scare or his sister going through things in his family. If you want to touch on that, you know, we just knew we wanted to leave things behind. That was what this was you know, made for. You know what I mean? That vehicle. And now we're actually seeing it come to life. You know, that's the most beautiful part. You know, we're actually out here in the UK. We're actually talking to you right now across the sea. You know what I mean? That's
across the Atlantic.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
We appreciate these kind of things, man. So it's just really more life, more growth. You know?
Music is like, everybody, in our opinion, is like an artist. So like, you guys are artists coming out here. We're artists having the dialogue, and like, music is like, you know, you get that feeling when you look at a yearbook and you look back at what you said or how you look. Music to us is a photograph, and we make that for that moment. And when you look back at that, you're like, damn, that's what I was thinking, that's what I was saying, that's how my voice sounded, you know. You look back at those things and you're like, man, I grew so much, or I can work on so many things. So music is just like a chef making a dish, and you know, that pleased the president, you know what I mean? Or you know, anyone out there that's passionate about their craft. Ours is music, and we're just trying to paint a picture so we can remember it, and the people that grow us can remember that too.
And speaking of pictures, it's almost as if when you're making these songs, recording these songs, you're creating a moment. You're going through a moment. When you're coming out here to rock a show, you're creating an experience. I mean, how do you feel about that experience versus the moment and the creation of those two and the fusion together?
Man, it's all in the same.
Right.
The moments are the experience, and the experience are the moments. It's just how you handle it and how you react to it. Sometimes the moment's a negative one, and it's how you pick yourself back up. And if it's positive, celebrate it, because those moments don't come too often. You know, you're only young ones.
Absolutely, absolutely. What about traveling? You mentioned traveling and it changing your music. How would you say it has changed your music on this new project, especially? You know, coming to UK, being in New York recently with Big Sean. How has that changed your music? Is that geographic, you know, change and shift in your music made much of a difference?
It just kind of goes hand in hand with the growth and everything. We see things to be taken down, we document it. We're really just documenting our lives, you know what I mean? And for sure, man, and just seeing new things, meeting new people, new conversations, talking to people on the train on their way here, you know, talking to people outside and them saying, yo, they know who we are. Like, these are the kind of things that inspire us. So most definitely, man, on this next tape, you're definitely going to see that translate, for sure.
Yeah, looking forward to it. What about features and producers beyond yourselves and all those specifics? What can you expect on this project as far as features?
For the mixtape, we're still picking the tracks. They're all on the wall. I'm just choosing colors, but we're working with UK's Rock Sonics.
Nice, nice.
We're gonna just brainstorm things and just vibe out.
Our in-house dude KMS as well. He's part of the Beaumont.
You'll probably see Elangelo.
Okay.
He's a great friend of ours back in Toronto. there's a lot of talented producers that you guys don't even know yet. And in terms of features, and we're more so working on ourselves right now. But if the right feature comes along, like, you know, if Jay-Z, if one, you know, if someone comes, you know, we're new artists. If someone comes into our lab and says, "Yo, man, like, I need to get on that," like, we're not gonna be, "Hey, man, we're working on ourselves right now," you know. But just to answer the question, it's like we're not out there looking. But if the opportunity, like if the moment appears, you know, how you react to that one, and that's, you know, every day by day, taking day by day.
Absolutely. One of the things you've mentioned in this interview is the word colours. Now, do you find creativity more so in the darker colours or the lighter colours?
Wow, that's cool. You're cool, man.
That's right.
The first tape, we mix everything up, man, because Jay and I have an open mind on music. Like, we listen to dark stuff. Right now we're listening to Kendrick, to A$AP Rocky, of course we listen to Drake, to The Weeknd, and then we're listening to a lot of bright stuff, like even Black Eyed Peas we listen to. Yeah, man, we listen to a lot of stuff.
What was that? Sebastian.
Yeah,
Sebastian.
A lot of that, man.
So, and that's what Where Have You Been was too, was more of an audition tape, you know, to the world, you know, people you want to be, you know what I'm saying? This time around it's a little more themed, we're growing more, we understand ourselves better.